If it's okay with you, I'm going to do this video with my glasses on because I'm going to talk to you about the Kindle. I owe you an update on something to do with the Kindle. This is my wife's 5 or 6 or 7 year old Paperwhite model, and I told you back in January that I was going to be getting my own Kindle, and I have received that, and it's been a month and a day since I received it. I got my Kindle on January 9th. Today's February 10th. So a month and a day later. Excuse him. Calm down. Making a video. Blue Jays. What are you going to do? But first, Waterloo. Here we have my Jade colored 2024 Kindle Signature Edition Paperwhite. As you can see, I'm reading Dune. There's a button down here on the bottom to turn it on. As you can see, it wakes up when you hit the button and goes to whatever page you were on last time you looked at it. So I wanted to just take you on a quick little tour of it and tell you a little bit about the Signature Edition, what you get for your extra $70 or so when you get the Signature Edition. So I filled the bird feeder over here with bird seed this morning, so they're annoyed that I'm out here talking to you. All right, so the new version, let's go to the library screen. Why not? You can see the books that I've added. Some of these were books that were already in my library. Some of these were PDFs that I've converted and uploaded, and some of these are just the books that I'm reading. Working my way through Dune right now. I've never read Dune before, but I do like all the movies. So, like everyone says, the books are always better, and that's definitely the case with this one. Alright, so the new model of these e-readers has a 7-inch display. They call it an e-ink Carta 1300 display. I don't know what that means. 300 ppi resolution, and it's got very, very high contrast, excellent readability. It looks like I'm looking at a piece of paper, honestly, and I keep the... Well, I'll get to the lighting in a minute. Let me not get ahead of my skis. It's about 25% faster on things like page turns and menu items than on the previous model, and it's about 200% faster than this ancient model that I had been using that belonged to my wife. I would say it's pretty snappy. Page turns are nearly instantaneous. So it's pretty quick, but if you just have the previous model, it's said to be 25% faster. The battery life on these things is ridiculous. Like I said, I received it a month and a day ago. I read it every day, several hours a day, and I have intentionally not charged it since I got it. And it is currently at 25% remaining on battery power. I don't know how low I'm going to let it go before I finally charge it back up. I am kind of curious to see how long I can push it without having charged it. The documentation says 12 weeks of battery life is not unheard of on a single charge. It does have the wireless charging on the Signature Edition, which is pretty nice. It's got that QI or key wireless charging methodology, so I could just lay this on an iPhone mag charger or any other wireless charger that uses that standard. The standard Paperwhite model does not have that wireless function. Because I charge it so infrequently, I'm probably just going to put it on a cable for a few hours, charge it up to 100%, and be good for another month or two, though. It has an auto adjusting front light brightness, and that's what I leave it on. That's what I said I was going to talk to you about before. There is a menu item inside here under settings that we can go to, screen and brightness, and then there's show covers on lock screen, which is what I have, so it shows me what book I'm reading when it's locked. Brightness and warmth. Let's go in there, and you can change the brightness. I guess if you wanted to change save battery, but it's not really necessary. The cool thing about these is even when you jack the brightness all the way down, it doesn't turn dark. It just is no longer using the backlight. But that e-ink technology is always on. And I leave it on auto brightness. There's a little checkbox for auto brightness. I leave that on. There's also a warmth control can change how yellowish and warm it is. I keep it down here somewhere, but you guys may like it something different. And there's a schedule that you can enable. I've got it set to automatic, but you can manually change during different times of the day. When does it go warmer and cooler? So that's all nice settings that you can set on this thing. Has 32 gigs of storage. I think I'm using 1.5 gigs with all those PDFs and books and everything else I've got in there. Nobody ever fills up a Kindle. I would be very surprised if anybody we've ever heard of actually fills up a Kindle, especially these 32 gigs, because ebooks are tiny. Ebooks are so tiny in size. When you buy the standard model, it has ads on the lock screen unless you spring for $20 to unlock it. The difference between a regular version and the signature version is $70 or so, and this comes with no ads already. So the price difference on this is really more like $50 because you're getting the no ads unlock built into that. It has these metallic finishes available. This is called Jade. There's a really nice looking raspberry version of this, and of course you can also get it in black, which is like a metallic black. It's very nice. This old one's a flat black, and that's just a very flat rubbery thing. The newer, or rather I should say the signature version blacks are kind of like a metallic shiny one. Very nice. It has IPX8 waterproofing, which means you could like mount this on the wall in the shower if you wanted to read, or if you wanted to read in the bath, or if you happened to be out in a rainstorm and got caught and had to carry it inside in the rain. You don't have to worry about this thing getting damp. It's fine. I'm pretty into it. I've become an ebook lover in the past month, and you're talking to somebody, or you're listening to somebody who was a paper book reader for the longest time. Always had a paperback in my back pocket and preferred that, but I have come around on these things. It's very light. I picked up this notebook case. It's got Velcro on the front for all my cool patches. It's got room in the side here where I slip this guy in there. And they make some really nice cases if you want, and this does have a magnet built into it that if you buy one of the super special cool cases, when you open it, it automatically wakes up because the magnet moves away from the Kindle. It's always in the right place. I don't really care about that. I'll just hit the button. But I've liked this. It's got a little place for me to put a little notepad, a little field notes book in it. I got a pen on the front. So it's padded. I keep the Kindle in that. So overall, I'm happy with it. I have become a ebook believer. I like the signature version. I definitely like the new Paperwhites, but the signature version I think is worth the extra money. And if you're considering jumping from an old version to one of these, I would say 100% do that. If you're not an ebook person and you're thinking about becoming an ebook person, hey, there's a bunch of birds flying north. Go back north, folks. If you're thinking about becoming an ebook person, I think that this Kindle is a good choice. But if you want to save yourself $50 and just spring for the standard Paperwhite, I think that's also a good idea. That's all I got for you folks. I don't have much more to talk about. But I did owe you that video, so I wanted to share that with you. So, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.